Trinidad? Or Jamaica?
No, it's Trinidad and Tobago. And no, I'm from Tribeca.
However, Tom never...
Shalom. Koholo Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Karkadash. The bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, a great millstone rule well and tell us his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there to preach his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Tabernacle David, hopeful like and speckled bird, one say shalom. Now, you'll have to watch this video, man. I ain't even know that this was Tom Hake's son. And however I format the video, I may have some shots in the video. But like I said, man, you gotta check out this video, man. As you see the title, it says the most hated D-list celebrity in Hollywood. And this came up on my feed. And I was like, all right, I'll check it out. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Dude can be an Israelite. Because I've seen him. You know, if you end up watching this video, and if you've seen a couple of shows that he's been into, you know, this show right here, I believe it's Atlanta. And I remember watching the show. I was like, hey man, that's a Jake. That's a Jake right there, cause he got the accent down real, you know, the Benjamite accent down real tight, man. You know, and then I find out, you know, when I watch this video, like, oh snap, that's a Tom Hanks son. So it got me thinking, you know, hey, we may find out that Tom Hanks may actually be a Jake. His son he has several sons. So his sons may be Jake. And it may be possible. May be possible. All right. And we won't fully know until the kingdom. We won't fully know until the kingdom. So we either gonna see him in slavery, or hey, he's gonna be on our side in rulership. You know, you also go into the scriptures how all nations will be blessed, and all nations will be blessed by the house of Israel because our talents, not just our talents, you know, our innovations, you know, our acting, our music, you know, and Tom Hanks, hey, he's, you know, even though he's in Hollywood, you know, they do a whole bunch of weird stuff. You know, hey, he had some good movies here and there, man. And now to see his son, you know, I'm watching his son. I'm like, hey, hey, he's a Jake, man. But then again, you know, it could be a product of his environment. You know, he more resonates with Jake, and he could be, he might, you know, it may come out like that, but you know, we won't truly know until the kingdom. That's why when you read the scriptures, it say, you know, just roughly paraphrasing, if it be possible, live peaceably with all men, because you may come across, it may even be a hillbilly, appear to be Edomite hillbilly, and you might find out that he's a Jake, man. And you also got to remember our history. You know, even here in Babylon, our people, you know, if they can get away with it, if they were lighter skinned, to get away from all the oppression, they will hang around and, you know, make children with the other nations, with Esau, Edom, to so-called get away from the oppression. And so that's why you'll have, you know, our people is as the sands of the sea. You have a whole bunch of our people that are going to come in looking like the other nations. Okay? Looking like, hey, look at the brick lady. You know, hey, through the spirit, hey, she's a Jake. But if I'm not mistaken, she's from Somalia, man. You know, she looks like another nation, but hey, her spirit, hey, she's a Jake. And for this Jake right here, you know, I believe he's a Jake. I believe, hey, this has got me thinking, man. Tom Hanks is a Jake. You know, because hey, he got that accent down pat, man, and the way he moves, the way he talks. Once again, it may be, you know, I may be wrong. May find out that, you know, he's just a product of his environment, and he was just an Edomite emulating Jake. But you know, hey, I believe he's a Jake now. You know, I might even play. Let me see. Hey, so you gotta you gotta watch the video yourself, man.
I'm from Tribeca.
However, Tom never spoke then.
Let me rewind
Grew
that.
up in Trinidad? Or Jamaica?
No, it's Trinidad and Tobago. And no, I'm from Tribeca.
However,
You know, hey, he might be a Benjamite, man. Hey, might be revealed in these last days. Let's go ahead and get some scriptures, man. This is Jeremiah 12 and verse 9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye and assemble all ye beasts of the field, come to devour. So our people come in different shades. Not only different shades, they also come in looking like the heathens, because there's a curse unto us that our seed will be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And with that, it doesn't take long. Sometimes it may even take the first generation, second generation. But whatever, you have a lot of our people scattered throughout the four corners of the earth looking like the other nations. Okay? That's the speckled bird. Romans 8 and verse 16, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of power. So a lot of times when you get around someone, they may look like another nation, but you see how they move, how they talk, you know, the dance moves, their talents, you know, their mannerisms. Like, hey man, that's a Jake. And then other times, like you know, just speaking for myself, you know, I would have thought Tom Hanks was a Edomite. But you know, hey, that's why I'm gonna get if I have it in here, I think I'll put it in here. If not, I'll go ahead and get to it in Matthew 13, the wheat and the tares. And so you may have some of our people that's going to look like the other nations, and they're going to act like the other nations, going to speak like the other nations, but their forefathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, so you know, it's, hey, the Lord's going to sort through all that, man. That's why the Lord's going to have the angels. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that. Let's go to Matthew. So I don't think I put it in there, but hey, you can always go to it. I believe it's 24, Matthew 13 and verse 24. And another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while the man slept, the enemy came, Esau Edom came, and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. All right, so among our people, there's tares, even throughout the hood. There's little niggas, little Edomite niggas in there. All right, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But the Lord's going to sort that through. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the household came unto him. Sir, didst thou sow good seed in thy field? From hence then have it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, lest we gather up the tares and yet root up also the wheat with them. You see that? And that's why you don't move carnally. That's why, once again, quoting the scriptures, if it be possible, live peaceably with all men. Because you may be, you know, you might see a person that appears to be Edomite, And you'll find out that, hey, that person's a Jake. Okay? So that's why we don't move carnally, man. We move, this is a spiritual thing that we into. And you got these black only Israelites. Like, nigga, there's tares amongst our people, man. They may be dark as hell. I remember Elder Malcolm telling the story of a Ish woman that came up to the camp, and her father was a Ish, but her mother was apparently Jake, and she was dark as hell. You see? So, you know, this is a spiritual thing. And apparently she got offended by the word. And while the lighter Jakes, I think they took heed, or they was actually listening. Something like that. But anyways, once again, this is a spiritual warfare, man. It's a spiritual thing that we're in. We are not carnal. See, Esau Edom is carnal. He's always, you know, hey, I gotta get the blood test. Hey, that person dark. You know, hey, he put his own people in slavery, man. You know, he'll have children, you know, in slavery. He had children with Jake. And then he'll have his own children out there in the cotton field. You know, this man carnal. No, that's your seed line, man. You know, that's your seed line. It goes by the father. You are whoever your father is. All right. Let's get this in verse 30. Let both grow together unto the harvest. All right. The kingdom of heaven, when the nuclear missiles hit as well. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, all right, the reapers are the angels, gather ye together the tares, and bend them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into the barn. The wheat into the barn is the elect. Is the elect first and foremost in the house of Israel. All right, because the 2/3 are going to come back, and they're going to come back in their right minds. But the tares, they're going to be burnt up. The tares, they're going to be thrown into slavery. Okay? So it may be manifested that, you know, Tom Hanks and his sons are Jakes. You know, you would have asked me, before I saw this video, I would have said, hey, Tom Hanks an Edomite, he going to slavery. But it may be manifested that him and his lineage is actually Jake's, man. Let's go ahead and get some more scriptures, and we'll go ahead and close out. Let's see, this is Isaiah 11 and verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. You see, that's a curse unto our people. Our people are scattered throughout the four corners of earth. And with that, once again, they're going to come in looking like the other nations. All right. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. And now this is a cut to you black only Israelites. And you also have the northern kingdom only Israelites out there as well. You know, it's y'all vexing each other. But you're seeing that our people in these last days, we're coming together. And especially in the kingdom, we're not going to vex each other. Hey, we're going to be one nation again, one people again. All right. So, you know, with these black only Israelites, they're denying the northern kingdom. And they're not spiritual at all. And they lack the knowledge. Matter of fact, they have not eaten the whole roll. They're not spiritual. They moving carnally. And once again, there's tares among our people. Just because they look like us don't mean they us, man. Let's check this in verse 14. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hands upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. So pretty much our enemies are going to be destroyed. We're going to become one people again, and our enemies are going to be destroyed. They're going to be thrown into captivity, and they're going to obey us. They're going to be under us, man. That's coming. All right. And so as you read in Revelation 7, I'm getting ahead of myself. Revelation 7 and verse 9, that great multitude that John saw, you know, that great multitude was our people scattered abroad. Because people will use this scripture and think it's talking about everybody. No, it's only talking about the elect, the Israelite foreigners that are scattered across the four corners of the earth, that have came into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Revelation 7 and verse 1. After these things, I saw the four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor any tree. Now, what is these winds? Let's see if I got it. I don't know. Did I not put it in there? Let's go to Jeremiah 51. Let's go ahead and go to that. Pass it up. What am I doing? Jeremiah 51 and verse 1. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, behold, I will rise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. All right, what is this destroying wind? Thermonuclear missile. Part of the Lord's army, his mechanical army that the Lord is going to use to inflict destruction upon our enemies. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, and they shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So the other nations going to gear up and destroy her. And this place is going to be left as a memorial unto the other nations. If you walk after the manners of Babylon the Great, this is going to come to you as well. Let's get back to it. Back to Revelation 7 and verse 2. I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of power in their foreheads. And that's what you want, that mark of exemption. All right, as you read in Ezekiel 9 and verse 4, if I'm not mistaken, you want that spiritual mark, that mark of exemption, so you can get the heck up out of here, so the Lord can take care of you, man. All right. Let's see. I heard a number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of the tribes of the children of Israel. You see that? The 144. That's the governing body, the elect, the kings, the judges, the next rulers of the earth. Okay, the top of the top. And then you have the elect, and that's the men, women, and children. But the top of the elect is 144,000. Let's jump down to verse 9, because as you read verse 4 on down, it's talking about the tribes of Israel that will be sealed. After this beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, all nations, of all nations, kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and psalms in their hands. All right, so it may be manifested. We may find out. It's Tom Hanks, though, or actually Jakes. Hey, it may be manifested, or he's just a product of his environment, and he just gets along with Jake, and he's just an Edomite. Either way, it's going to be manifested, man. You know, we're going to know. Either ways, this does not change the fact that you're going to have a lot of Israelites that are going to come in looking like this man on the screen. All right. Let's see. This is verse 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these things which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And he said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. You see, the elect is going to come out of great tribulation. And a lot of them, once again, are going to come in looking like the other nations. And have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. All right, they endure hardness as a good soldier, and they trust and lean upon Yahweh Shemel Shah instead of leaning and trusting upon Esau Edom. Therefore are they before the throne of power, and serve him day and night in the temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst anymore. This is what we want, man. The kingdom. To chill with big brother Yahweh Shah, man. To have that everlasting power. The nations being ruled over with a rod of iron. Then after they slavery, we're going to be cool with y'all. But Esau Edom, that boy out of here. You're going to be burnt up. All right. Neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and they shall lead them unto the living fountains of the waters, and power shall wipe away all their tears from their eyes. This is coming, man. And this is why we do our lessons, our sit downs, and go out there on the highways and byways. So Lord willing, we are the elect, Lord willing, of the 144, and we get their power, the next rulers, and we'll be able to actually enjoy the world how it's meant. Actually be able to enjoy our family, enjoy our children, man. All right, that's coming. But once again, going back to the point of this lesson, our people are going to come in looking like this man on the screen, looking like the other nations. And that's just part of it, man. Our people have spread their seed throughout the four corners of the earth, and Esau Edom as well. So you may come across a person that appears to be Jake, but you feel out the spirit like, nah, that nigga's a terror, man. All right. So yeah, man, it may be manifested. Well, it will be manifested, and pretty much we'll see at the end. We'll see if he's actually a Jake. Where we might find out Tom Hanks and his boys or some Benjamites, man. might find that out, man. All right, but that's pretty much the point. And with that, shalom.